The jobs are created by the borrower, which in this case is the National Board of Medical Examiners, and they project a certain job increase, and they go out into the marketplace and fill those jobs the way they normally would for any job openings.
But does the authority get a report on that? Like a year from now, would you get a report that said they had this 30 million, they created 10 jobs, and 10 jobs went to the residents of Philadelphia or Pennsylvania, wherever they were?
Well, there's no legal requirement.
Yeah, let me say, I mean, this is a federal program which does not have any job requirements part of it at all.
If we were lending money directly to them, we do track those jobs.
You know, Mr. Chairman, like as I told you the first time I came down here, I think you do a great job, and I really thank you for your patience with me. But one of the things is I asked the council at the Teffer hearing, as well as the last week's hearing, if there was a statute or something that he could refer me to, so I could do this reading before, and I wouldn't ask questions that really aren't going anywhere. So if there, once again, I'm asking again if there's something that he can refer me to. Now, so far, I've asked if this was, the regulations that I cite in the book, they're not applicable. I asked if this is a part of the Local Government Unit Debt Act. He said that's not applicable. So what regulations cover the issuance of bonds by the authority?
Specifically, we are authorized by Pennsylvania Economic Development Financing Law. And I will get you a copy of our authorizing legislation. Make a copy of it for you today.
Thank you.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, is there any other comments or questions?
Is this the end of the?
This is the end of the agenda.
Yeah.
I had one comment
Yes.
that I'd like to address to you, Mr. Chairman, and the board, and maybe this lawyer, Harvey, is that your last name?
No, Alan.
Alan. Well, are you the one that they refer to as a super lawyer?
No, that's the more elder gentleman.
Well,
I am an attorney myself.
Well, the reason I asked you that, and because I'm a retired police officer, and the reason why I'm hoping that you can understand where I'm coming from, because as a police officer, if someone was to ask me, how do you file, if I did some service for a citizen and they weren't happy with it, and they said to me, well, officer, I'm not happy, I'd like to file a complaint. What's the complaint procedure? As a police officer, I had a duty and responsibility to say, well, you could go to any police facility in the city of Philadelphia and file a complaint as police form. If they asked me, what's your badge number, I'd have to tell them my badge number. Although I didn't like it, that was my duty and that was my responsibility. When I attended the hearing, the Teffer hearing, I asked, well, what is the complaint process? I was told by the bond counsel that, well, he didn't know, and that the Internal Revenue Service was a big outfit. And I really took that to heart, because it sort of gave me a sickening feeling, because as someone who has dedicated his life on behalf of the citizens of Philadelphia, I take duty and responsibility as a commitment, and I really feel funny when somebody tells me, well, I don't know. And I think if they're the representative of this authority, they have responsibilities to talk to the least among us that they don't like. And that may be somebody like a citizen like me that comes in here. It may be that they don't like to take the time to explain things to me, but this is a nonprofit authority organized on behalf of the citizens. So if the least likely the citizens comes in here, it should be a matter of public policy that things that are complicated, as though I'm sure these bond deals are, that there's a way to take the complicated and make it plain to somebody. So it was two things I was talking about. One was the procedure when things are complicated, but is there a duty, a responsibility on behalf of the authority or staff or consultants for the authority, when someone's not happy, is it a duty for you to tell them the complaint process if they ask?
Well, how I would answer is we would have to direct that to our counsel, and I'm not aware of any type of complaint process.
We don't have a complaint process established. If you have complaints that you want to put in the form of a letter, either to our counsel or to me, we'll certainly consider them.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Okay, is there a motion to adjourn?
Move.
Okay, all those in favor? Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thanks.
Sure.
Give me a
Can we
copy
get
of
a copy of that?
Sure.
Thank you.
This is the lawyer.
Got a promotion.
No, I haven't seen it.
Exactly.
Okay, I just need.
I'm going to ask him next time if he opens up his shirt is to give me a nest there.
Tonight.
No.
It's on his page, I guess. It's
Oh,
on
okay.
his
Because
Yeah.
they're not urgent? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
let
for
me talk.
closing next week.
Okay.
On Tuesday.
I'll
It's gonna be downtown again, okay.
I hope, you know.
Be right back. Thanks.